Another punctuation question, and the first thing I notice is we do have a semicolon choice, so I would think, all right, semicolon requires requires two sentences, one before, one after, so I can test that pretty easily. So let's take a look at this sentence. Generations of mystery and horror writers. Well, that's not a sentence, right? So if I ended it there at the semicolon, that would need to be a sentence that stands on its own. It's not. There's no verb, right? What did those generations do? So that gets rid of this. Then let's continue here. Generations of mystery and horror writers have been influenced by the dark Gothic stories of celebrated American author Edgar Allan Poe. So the real question with the the comma and the dash is there a break here? Because that's what all punctuation does, right? It breaks apart the structure of the sentence. It lets us insert some sort of interruption. It lets us put something at the front and kind of add something on at the end. Is that happening here? Well, I have to think about my sentence structure. My subject is generations, and they have been influenced, right? So there's my verb. What about all this stuff in the middle? Well, of mystery and horror writers is kind of more description of the generations. That's technically a prepositional phrase, so there's no punctuation associated with those. They tend to just kind of flow with the sentence. And then I know we're kind of already past the blank here, but by the dark Gothic stories of celebrated American author Edgar Allan Poe. Again, there's no reason for any breaks here. It's another prepositional phrase. The only punctuation we get in this sentence is this comma between dark and Gothic. And the reason that that's there is we have a list of adjectives. And this is a pretty common rule in English about commas, and you know, a lot of times we forget this comma though in our own writing, but basically we're describing the stories in two ways. They're both dark and Gothic, and so we use a comma to separate that out. Otherwise though, there's no reason for any punctuation here. This is just one complete sentence. There's no pauses, there's no breaks, there's no interruptions. It's all just flowing. And this is just a reminder, don't let the SAT bully you into putting a comma somewhere where it doesn't belong. A lot of times, on these punctuation questions, the answer is no punctuation. It just depends on the circumstance. So don't feel compelled to always put something just because they offer those options. It might genuinely be that no punctuation is required.